9 million people, one of the richest cities on Earth. But 2,000 years ago, this was nothing but cold mud and mosquitoes. So how did a swamp on a river become the capital of an empire? Well, the story of London doesn't start with the British. It starts with the Romans. In the year 43 AD, the Roman Emperor Claudius invaded Britain. Looking for a strategic point to cross the River Thames and supply their armies, Roman engineers built a wooden bridge. Right next to that bridge, they founded a tiny settlement. They called it Londinium. Within just a few decades, this small military outpost would transform into the heart of Roman Britain. But its survival was about to be threatened by one of history's most furious rebellions. Hey history hunters, welcome back to T.History. I'm Twan, and today we're following London from a muddy Roman bridge through a warrior queen, plague, and fire, all the way to the city we know today. Let's dive in. Londinium was booming, and the Romans got comfortable. Too comfortable. Because the local tribes were furious. Enter Boudica, queen of the Iceni, a warrior with flaming red hair and a serious grudge. In 60 AD, she raised a massive army, marched on Londinium, and burned it to the ground. To this day, archaeologists digging under London hit a bright red layer of scorched earth. They call it the Boudican Destruction Horizon. But Rome didn't give up. They rebuilt the city bigger than before, and this time wrapped it in a giant defensive wall, a wall that stood for over 1,000 years. Its old gates still name London streets today: Aldgate, Bishopsgate, Newgate. When the Romans finally left, around 410 AD, Londinium nearly died. The grand buildings crumbled, the streets emptied, but the river never stopped calling. Saxons settled nearby, and centuries later, King Alfred the Great moved everyone back inside those safe old Roman walls. And here, London did something strange. It grew into two cities at once. To the east, the City of London, the famous Square Mile, all trade, ships, and money. To the west, Westminster, where the king built his palace and his great abbey, the home of the crown, and, later, Parliament. One city for business, one for power. Two cities that slowly became one London. By the 1600s, London was huge, crowded, and filthy, packed with wooden houses leaning over narrow streets. Perfect conditions for disaster. First came the Great Plague of 1665, which killed almost 100,000 people in a single year, nearly a quarter of the city. And then, in September 1666, it got worse. A tiny spark in a bakery on Pudding Lane caught fire. The flames leapt from wooden roof to wooden roof, and for 4 days the Great Fire of London raged, swallowing 13,000 houses and the old St. Paul's Cathedral. The medieval city was gone. But here's the twist. The fire burned away the filth, and the plague with it. From the ashes, an architect named Christopher Wren designed a brand new St. Paul's, the great domed cathedral that still rules the skyline today. London didn't just survive, it was reborn. From those ashes, London exploded. It became the beating heart of the British Empire, and by the 1800s, the largest city the world had ever seen. Look at it now. Tower Bridge, built in 1894, standing in the shadow of the Shard, finished in 2012. Ancient and futuristic, side by side. From a muddy Roman bridge to a global capital, London's story is one of fire, stubbornness, and rebuilding, again and again. So what's your favorite piece of London history? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time!